Welcome to Little Magic Adventures, everything you missed today in 15 minutes. It's amazing, isn't it, how these little axolotls have just become absolute superstars.
Total rock stars. Everywhere you look, plush toys, memes, Minecraft. It's axolotl mania.
Seriously, it's like they've gone viral in the best possible way. I mean, who can resist that perpetual smile?
And those feathery gills. So unique.
Like some kind of friendly underwater dragon almost?
Yeah. But there's a serious side to this sudden fame, right?
Exactly. That's what's so important to talk about. This popularity, it's a double-edged sword.
Because while they're thriving in the digital world and, on our shelves,
They're facing a real crisis in their natural habitat. A grim reality, actually. Critically endangered.
it's a heartbreaking paradox, isn't it? So much love for their image, but
But so little awareness of their actual plight. And that's the disconnect we need to bridge.
absolutely. I mean, how many people playing Minecraft realize these adorable creatures are on the brink?
Probably not many, and that's what's so concerning. We need to channel some of that Minecraft enthusiasm into real-world action.
For sure. Education is key, making that connection between the cute digital axolotl and
And the very real threat to its survival. They're not just pixels on a screen. These are living creatures with a rich history, too.
part of Mexican culture for centuries, right? Tied to Aztec mythology even. Axolotl, the god of fire and lightning.
Exactly. So there's this deep cultural significance that adds another layer to the story.
It makes their potential disappearance even more tragic.
It's almost ironic, isn't it, this explosion of axolotl adoration in the digital world?
While the real world axolotl is, well, disappearing, vanishing. It's a tough pill to swallow.
Totally. And that sound effect, the gentle water sounds, it's almost haunting when you think about it. It really underscores what we're losing. Those sounds, that environment, it's their home, and it's shrinking. Lake Xochimilco. It's almost mythical, right? Tied to Aztec mythology, and yet facing very real 21st century threats, pollution, habitat loss, the usual suspects, unfortunately. Yeah, and the introduction of invasive species. A real blow to the axolotl population.
It's such a complex issue, and I think that's part of why this dissonance is so stark.
The dissonance between the digital thriving and the biological struggle. You nailed it. And speaking of dissonance,
Professor Monahan's experience, right? Going from scientific obscurity to
to sudden, widespread recognition, almost overnight. It's wild, the shift he's witnessed.
it really speaks to the power of, well, the internet, I guess. Memes, games, they can catapult anything into the spotlight.
So we were talking about this almost ironic situation with the axolotl, right?
Yeah, super popular online, but
But critically endangered in the real world. And you know what's a big driver of this online popularity? Kids. Especially kids.
oh,
How so? Well, think about it. They're pink, they have these feathery gills, they're just inherently cute. Like a friendly underwater dragon, almost.
right. Total kid appeal. I can see that.
Totally. And that plays right into the next piece of the puzzle, which is Minecraft?
Ah, yes. Minecraft. Huge, right?
Massive audience. And the axolotl is in Minecraft. So you've got this incredibly popular game introducing the axolotl to a massive audience of, you guessed it, kids.
So Minecraft is basically a huge driver of axolotl awareness then?
Exactly. It's catapulted the axolotl into mainstream culture. I mean, it's almost single-handedly responsible for, well, a significant chunk of the axolotl's digital fame.
It's kind of amazing how these things happen, isn't it? A video game?
Key can have such a real-world impact. It's a powerful example of how digital trends can influence, well, everything.
Absolutely. And in this case, hopefully that influence can be channeled towards conservation efforts too.
So it's this weird, almost paradoxical situation, right? Millions of axolotls thriving in captivity pet shops, labs, but
But in the wild, a completely different story.
totally. The numbers have absolutely crashed. Think about it. 1950s, Lake Xochimilco, axolotls everywhere. Now, weeks to find just one.
It's devastating. And there's that music again. It really hits home, doesn't it?
It does. It underscores the gravity of the situation, and the narrator's point about urbanization, that's key, right?
Absolutely. Mexico City's growth, it's put immense pressure on Lake Xochimilco's ecosystem. I mean, it's almost strangled it.
Yeah, and that's not even the whole picture. There are other factors at play, too. I mean,
Habitat degradation, pollution, right? The usual suspects, unfortunately, when it comes to these kinds of conservation crises.
and it's not just urbanization, right? There's the pollution. It's a toxic cocktail.
Oh, absolutely. Untreated sewage, industrial waste, plastics. It all adds up.
Yeah, and the axolotl skin, it's so permeable they absorb everything.
Like little sponges almost, soaking it all in. It's awful.
It is. And then you've got the invasive species, another huge threat.
Competing for resources, preying on the axolotls, it's a losing battle on multiple fronts.
Right? It's like they're being squeezed from all sides. Urbanization, pollution, invasive species. It's grim.
Yeah, grim, but there is hope, right? The music, it's shifting, becoming more upbeat.
It is. And that's because there are conservation efforts underway, finally.
So what are they doing? What's the plan?
Right? It's like they're a barometer for the lake's health. If the axolotls are struggling, it's a sign that the entire ecosystem is in trouble.
Exactly. And that's why these conservation efforts are so crucial. They're not just about saving one species.
They're about saving an entire ecosystem, a whole interconnected web of life.
Totally. So, what's being done specifically? What are these conservation efforts all about?
Well, on several fronts. Captive breeding, for one, maintaining a healthy population, as a safety net.
Oh, like a backup plan in case the wild population.
Can't be saved. Exactly. It's a last resort, hopefully.
Right. And what about habitat restoration? Is that a thing?
Absolutely. Cleaning up the canals, revitalizing the ecosystem, it's a massive undertaking.
Yeah. What does that involve exactly?
Well, it's multifaceted, right? You've got pollution control, removing invasive species.
Restoring native plants, creating a healthier environment overall?
Precisely. It's all connected. And there's the education piece too, public awareness campaigns.
Ah, right. Getting the word out, letting people know what's happening, making that connection, right?
Between the cute digital axolotl
And the very real crisis it faces. Exactly. Bridging that gap. And virtual adoptions? How does that work?
So it's a way for people to contribute directly to the conservation efforts. You adopt an axolotl online.
And your money goes towards supporting these crucial programs, captive breeding, habitat restoration.
Education, the whole 9 yards. It's a way to get involved even if you can't, physically be there.
Right. It makes it accessible. Anyone, anywhere can contribute. It's a great idea.
It's like they're a barometer for the lake's health, right? If the axolotls are struggling, the whole ecosystem is in trouble.
Exactly. It's all connected. Saving them means saving so much more.
The whole web of life. It's bigger than just one species,
Yeah, totally. It's about the entire ecosystem, the wetlands, the canals, everything.
And that's what makes these conservation efforts so vital, right? It's not just about the axolotl itself.
It's about preserving biodiversity, protecting a whole world, really.
Absolutely. A world that's, right there on our doorstep in a way.
And it's disappearing right under our noses. It's scary, actually.
It is. But the music, it's hopeful, right? There's a sense of possibility.
Yeah, like things can change. We can make a difference.
And the narrator's point about balancing our appreciation with responsible conservation, that's key, right?
Totally key. We can love them, adore them even, but we have to love them responsibly.
Right. It can't just be about plush toys in Minecraft. It has to be about action too. Real world action. It's on us, isn't it? The future of the axolotl. It rests on our shoulders.
It really does. Our collective efforts. That's the takeaway here, I think.
Yeah. We can't just stand by and watch them disappear. We have to do something. Anything.
Absolutely. Donate, volunteer, spread the word. Every little bit helps.
It all adds up. And that's what gives me hope. That's what makes that upbeat outro music feel well-earned somehow.
It does. Like there's a chance, a real chance to make things right, to turn things around.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Hope. Action. A future for the axolotl and for Lake Sokomilko.
Thanks for listening to Little Magic Adventures, everyone. We'll be back next week with more stories of wonder and, a little magic. And a special thanks to all of you for joining us on this journey into the world of the axolotl. Until next time, keep exploring. And remember, every little bit helps.